Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste.
We're here again to share stories that will lift you up, that will give you hope for a better tomorrow, and a story that would actually keep you on the line of ensuring that you're in good health and you are staying healthy. This is Restoration with Stacy. We're brought to you by Kind Courtesy Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. Yas washing powder and Yas sanitary pad, hooch corn and choco flakes, Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix, Tasty Tom seasoning, and yes, I say a very big thank you to Malta Guinness. And please remember, anytime you're out to buy your Malta Guinness, look out for the logo that says proudly made in Ghana. A big thank you to my glam team. Today I'm styled by Kofi Akotoa Ghana. Kofi Akotoa and the team, thank you very much for my outfit. To GH Beauty Artistry, to Tinaj Beauty, to Hair Duties, I say a very big thank you, as well as Stunners, and of course to the Sousa Catering Services. Thank you for always ensuring my team and I are refreshed on this show. We'll be right back after the break.
The days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got yes, confidence, I got yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow. Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month? Yes.
I got yes, confidence, I got
Yes.
we got yes, protection, I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes, protection.
Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you why men to take away our back.
He's eating out again. Nancy, me trying to tasting kuyi. Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. The way it enhances the natural aroma.
Tasty Tom, dear. I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken.
Wait, you nicotine just sharp. Made me also.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder, ooh.
new aroma.
New taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
But then
Maybe I'm not for anyway.
Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Women's health is very vital as we grow, and sometimes it is rather unfortunate we get people make all sorts of assumptions with our development as women. And today I am going to be discussing a very sensitive topic that I think everyone should be enlightened on, because it is part of our growth and it's not really a sickness that some have taken it to be. So today I have my favorite girl with me. Yes, and I know most of you are in love with her because she expresses it to the level that is based for everybody to understand it. So I have our life coach, Eunice Osei Tutu, with us, and today we are going to talk about menopause. Eunice, it's good to have you.
Hello, Stacy. I'm super happy to be
We are in love with you, my fans and I and our viewers. Everyone is like, "We're breaking Adriana down." So we just thought it wise to get you here so we could talk about menopause.
It's such a great choice of topic.
Yes.
So I really want to start by saying thank you for choosing that as a topic, because it's something that, like you said in your intro, some people don't like to talk about. Some people think it's a disease. It's a taboo topic. Most of us don't even understand it. Nobody has ever told us what it is. Our mothers didn't understand it. They'd never explained to us. And a lot of women are suffering. So I really appreciate that you're asking us to discuss this topic today so that we can support ourselves and then also help people with knowledge that they can also use to support us women.
Yeah.
Before we go on, I just wanted to remind your audience that everything we're discussing here is for educational and informative purposes only. Before they make any decision, before they buy any supplements, they should please speak to their regular doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's educate ourselves.
What is menopause?
Okay. Again, very simple terms, eh?
Yeah, very break it down
terms.
like you always do.
Okay. So basically, menopause, we'll say, is when a woman stops menstruating. We all know that a woman has a cycle, a monthly cycle, where each month some blood flows out of her. It's an entire process that allows us to be reproductive. It's thanks to that process that we're able to conceive, bear children, etc. However, there comes a time when the entire reproductive period is over. That's how God made us, the Maker made us. We're not supposed to be reproductive our entire lives. And so there comes a time when that process stops and we stop menstruating. So menopause is when a woman stops menstruating. However, to be able to determine that you have reached menopause, we would wait for you to not have had a menstrual cycle for 12 continuous months. And then we'll say, okay, you now have reached menopause.
No, you're menopausal.
Yes, as at the last time, you had your menses. Okay. But what is interesting is that you don't just get up one day and stop menstruating. You have a 10 to 15 year process happening. So the period before menopause is what scientists would call perimenopause. It's that 10 to 15 year, journey that you're going through. It's a transition that you're going through until the day your body. Yes. And I like the word you just used, readjusting, because during those 10 to 15 years, a lot of things are going to change for us women. Physically, a lot of things are going to change. Emotionally, mentally, a lot of things are going to change. And so you can imagine when we're going through something for 10 to 15 years that is new, that we don't understand, that nobody has educated us on. We don't understand ourselves. We're wondering what's happening to us. In fact, it's a period where most women would commit suicide.
It's confusing.
Very confusing. I have a friend who thought she was dying. It was menopause. Perimenopause, actually. And so it's very confusing for us women because sometimes we have no idea what's happening. And then it's confusing for the people around us because we're behaving differently.
Yes, you're behaving out of the norm.
And then one day one day is the Stacey I know. The next day is like, who's this? No, that's not her. And then you are also wondering, why did I do that?
What's going on with me?
What's wrong with me? And imagine that happening for more than 10 years. But it's not all gloom. Like you said, it's a transition, and it's a period where we are learning to get to know ourselves better. And so if we take the time to understand it, we learn to get to know ourselves better. Other people get to know us better. And the beautiful thing is that at the end of it, post-menopause, we get back to our most thriving selves. all the negative symptoms would have gone. And now we come up wiser women, stronger women. So it's a period where we need to be patient and compassionate with ourselves and our families, whether it's our spouses, our children, our communities should also learn to be compassionate with us. And then at the end of the day, we would come out all better.
At what point would one say, okay, I'm perimenopausal?
Okay, so it's quite challenging to determine at what point it starts because it's different for everybody. Like I said, 10 to 15 years before menopause happens. Usually, if you menstruated early, you will start earlier. If you menstruated late, you will start late. And the way you are able to tell is through the symptoms that you would be experiencing. And those symptoms, they are so vast. So many of them, like more than 50.
Okay, let's share some.
Good. Let me refer to this, okay? I'm going to read about 50 of them to you. Hot flashes, night sweats,
insomnia,
fatigue, poor memory, difficulty concentrating, brain fog, that you forget. Low libido, no libido for some people.
So it's either low.
Some people even get no.
No, that's quite terrible.
Yes.
Off cry.
And so when they see their partners, their husbands, they are dodging or they pick fights just so...
They're just agitated.
Just so the man doesn't come around because she just doesn't feel like it. Vaginal dryness, vaginal itchiness, pain in intercourse, mood swings, depression, anxiety, panic disorders, irritability, poor tolerance to stress. We just can't stand stress at that point.
You don't function around stress.
No. Irregular heartbeats, bladder leakage, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, hair thinning, hair loss, hair growth on the upper lip and then on the chin, brittle nails, itchy skin, dry skin, wrinkles and poor skin elasticity, increased allergic symptoms, insomnia, which you mentioned already, poor sleep quality. So some people will sleep, but it's not good. Waking up too early in the morning, dizziness, lightheadedness, weight gain. It's one of the key things that helps you know. When you know that you've not changed anything in your lifestyle and for some strange reason you're just putting on weight. Decreased muscle mass, increased fat gain, bloating, indigestion, constipation, blood sugar instability. This is not you doing anything.
It's just coming naturally.
It's happening to you naturally. Headaches, burning tongue, electric shock sensations, joint pains, muscle aches, osteoporosis, bone density loss, breast tenderness or pain, loss of breast fullness. These are some, not all.
All for one situation.
For one situation, perimenopause. And many women will not just experience one of these. They would usually be experiencing many of these at the same time. But different women experience different symptoms. So I may get hot flashes. You may never have hot flashes. And I may sleep really well, but you may be struggling to sleep. I may be extremely irritable. Like I just do anything small to annoy me and
inaccommodative of anything that stresses you.
So I say in Ghana, it's the witch period, like people will call you a witch.
Yeah.
You will be called a witch. And I have a theory that probably many of our mothers in the north who are called out as witches and saints to these camps, it may be because of perimenopause and menopause. Because really, when you live with someone who behaves in an erratic manner, today is behaving this way, the next day you can't even recognize her.
Yeah.
She screams at everything when before she wasn't like that. She doesn't tolerate certain things that she used to before. You'll be wondering,
What's happening?
yeah. Yes, and so these are some of the symptoms that we go through. Now, we can look at them from a physical aspect, maybe to start with.
Yeah.
If you remember our previous session, we spoke about the insulin resistance.
Yes.
Estrogen is wonderful. So the reason why we end up getting menopause is that our sex hormones are being depleted. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, they are being depleted. Now, estrogen does a lot for us women. Progesterone as well, testosterone as well. Low libido because of testosterone. Estrogen helps us to build muscle. Remember, we said when we eat, our glucose is absorbed.
Yeah.
A lot of the glucose we have is absorbed by our muscles. Now you've reached a point where you are losing muscle mass.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything wrong, but you're losing muscle mass. So that's saying the ball of kinky that you used to eat, that was what your muscles needed for energy. Suddenly, that ball of kinky gives you too much glucose for your muscle because you have less muscle. So now what happens to the excess glucose? It turns into fat.
Yeah.
And so you've not changed anything, but you're putting on weight.
Right.
Many women who don't even put on weight will tend to have a change in body composition. Their weight may be the same, but now they have less muscle, more fat, which is a problem. And then at that stage, we'll tend to grow a lot of fat around our stomachs, like in the belly area. So physically, we start putting on weight. Once we start putting on weight, because we have insulin resistance, then we are likely to get these lifestyle diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, for some men, erectile dysfunction. So for many women, diabetes or high blood pressure starts during perimenopause.
Oh.
You have women who really, like generally, they took care of themselves when they were younger, or they eat like we would, like our grandparents would eat, in the very raw way. They are healthy, are boom and all that, and they are fine. But suddenly they are in their 40s and 50s, and they're getting diabetes, they're getting BP. They haven't really changed their lifestyle. Because they're losing muscle mass, this is setting in. And this is why, for us women at that stage, we need to deliberately build muscle. It's not a choice. It's
a necessity.
It's a necessity. We need to build that muscle to help us to not put on the excess weight whilst we haven't done anything differently. We really need that. And there are muscle training exercises that one can do. That's one physical aspect. There are things around the skin. Some have very dry skin, itchy skin. Some, the libido, it's dry down there. So in the first place, she doesn't even feel like having sex with you. In her head, it's not there. And then on top of that, it's all dry. Whatever you do, her natural lubrication doesn't come up. So it's painful. So she doesn't feel like it, and the sexual experience is painful. Why would she want to do
through it?
And so you can imagine a couple in a situation like that where the woman doesn't understand. All she knows is, I don't feel like it.
And expects you to understand.
And expects you to understand that I don't feel like it. Can you try understanding me a bit? And then the man is also like, but you're my wife or you're my girlfriend. What am I supposed to do here? Like, what has changed? Why you don't want me anymore? Did I do something wrong? And so in many families, it's a very trying moment. Very, very trying moment. These are some of the physical challenges that people would have. Then there is the whole emotional and mental health bit.
Yeah.
You know, where so cognitively you forget. So you tell your staff something like, yeah, oh, you told us that already yesterday.
And you don't remember.
Really, I did. Or like you were holding something, you were going to put it down somewhere.
And you drop it somewhere and you forget.
You don't even remember why you stood up in the first place. You're like, what was I going to do? What was I? Then you totally forget. A while later, it comes back.
Yeah.
And so for a woman who's been like very productive, like she's the boss lady, doing a lot, and then suddenly you start forgetting things, you realize that you're not able to work as hard as before. You know, maybe before you could go crunch till late. Now after a while you're tired. Sometimes you start asking yourself whether are you becoming weaker than before?
Yeah.
Are you losing yourself? What is wrong with you? And it's a difficult conversation to have with people. You know, it's difficult to get up sometimes, like, as someone who's been that productive, to tell people, I'm starting to really feel tired. I can't keep up with this. Like, why is she becoming weaker? Her time is up. Or she's no longer the diva we used to know, you know, that kind of thing. And then we can't handle stress. Progesterone goes away. I mean, it doesn't totally go away. It's diminishing. Thanks to progesterone, we are very resilient. We can deal with stress. At that stage, progesterone comes down. Sometimes we just can't handle the stress. And so we become irritable. We react to people. And so you can imagine again how we are feeling. You can imagine again how we are feeling, because sometimes you know when you've not been the way you should have been, you know. When you overreact or you scream at someone or you don't speak well, you know it yourself and you question yourself, but why did I do that?
Why did I do that?
What's wrong with me? And then the others are also like, why is she being such a... I don't want to use any bad word on your platform. But a lot of men would say, why? Usually it's the men who would complain the most, like, why is she being such a... You know, and it's not our fault. It is our hormones. It's just that we woke up that day and our hormones...
Feeling that way. It's called, I woke up feeling this way.
Our hormones are simply not there at that time to support us the way they've been doing it. And there is nothing we can do about it. I keep telling people that hormones are what carry us, you know. They determine how we behave. And so whether we like it or not, we need to understand how they work and not insist that somebody would say, yeah, but you need to understand that you are menopausal and so you get irritable. So you should have a system that helps you to not get irritated. I'm sorry.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. The hormones are controlling me, whether I like it or yes. So if at that point the hormone is not there, it's not there. Estrogen is what allows us to tolerate nonsense and challenging situations.
And have a filter.
That's what estrogen does for us. And thankfully, because as women and mothers, you see how pregnancy is tough, babies are tough, bringing children up is tough. And everybody says, well, as for the women, they're always accommodating. Yes, that's because estrogen is doing its work. So we are accommodating. When estrogen wears off, now,
begin to call us other names.
It's like a veil is off our eyes. We're like, So all this while, I was tolerating this? No, why? And so a lot of people will say, no, but you've changed. You're changing. Yes, I am. My hormones are changing. So I am changing. But it's a transition. I'll get to understand myself. Try to learn to understand me and let's do this together as a family, as a community. Yeah.
I hope the men understand.
It is really, really important for men to understand this. Understanding the menstrual cycle and menopause is not just for women.
It's for all of us.
It's for all of us. And I hope we get time to discuss the menstrual cycle. I tell men that if you understand your woman's menstrual cycle, you would always have peace in your home.
Wow. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at how we will be able to give women support as they go through this period. We'll be right back after the break.
Days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away easy.
Yes, comfort, I got yes, confidence, I got yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow. Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got yes, confidence, I got
yes.
We got yes, protection, I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes, protection.
Hey, my best customers in here. Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you why me to take away aba.
He's eating out again.
Nancy, me trying tasting kuyi. Ya cry.
Mommy, my new fella.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. Udi Adriani and it. A more natural aroma. The way it enhances the natural aroma. It no be small.
So what's the new season powder if it tasty Tom there? I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Delicious meals all the time.
Why do you go to just me need those.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New taste.
This is a new taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
Where's that
Maybe I'm not for anyway.
Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. We are still on our conversation on menopause and perimenopause. Before we went on the break, we were just advocating for men to be much more understanding. And I think with perimenopause, everybody is different. I have realized I have become calmer. I don't easily get triggered. I've become much sober. Things that used to upset me before no longer upset me. So mine is very different. So I have this system where coffee makes me sleep. Energy drinks make me sleep.
Interesting.
So I kind of react differently.
Yes.
So most of my friends are asking, are you really sure you're perimenopausal? Because I don't have hot flashes.
Great.
I don't have hot flashes, so
Great.
I don't know about hot flashes.
Yeah.
I'm nocturnal. I sleep
That's amazing.
in the wee hours of the morning, so I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
I'm up till about 2, sometimes 3.
Yeah.
You see the time sometimes my broadcasts come. So naturally, I'm nocturnal.
Okay.
So I don't know about the insomnia. And when I decide to sleep, I can have a good sleep. I can do 12 hours straight.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So there are most of it that I'm not experiencing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I ask myself, am I really there?
It could be you're not there.
So what brings it to light that stop fooling yourself is everybody is different because you're no longer having the menstrual cycle like it used to.
If it's not as regular as it used to be, there may be something happening.
It's not. Aside that, I am not experiencing most of the things like the headaches and all of that.
Yes.
And I'm rather more chilled.
This is amazing.
I'm very chilled.
You're very fortunate.
And I was discussing with my doctor. I said, Dr. T, you know what? Maybe it's because I have the information. That's what I said.
Probably.
I said, so maybe psychologically, I've kind of psyched myself that this is what I'm expecting, so I'm ready for it.
It's quite probable. So one thing is, and I'm happy you emphasize that we're different.
Yeah.
Would experience it differently, which is why sometimes it's difficult for women to speak about their problems because it's like, but she's fine. So I may be having something else, and then they don't even ask for support. At the same time, one thing is that, and one of the reasons why we experience it differently is also because our body makeup is different, and health-wise, we are at different stages. Generally, the healthier you are approaching perimenopause, the easier your experience would be. Versus someone who's had a really bad health before perimenopause. And so when you are informed and you start practicing the lifestyle, actions that support you, then you have symptoms minimized. But at the same time, it could be that you're not even perimenopausal yet.
Yeah.
One thing we have to note is that all these symptoms I have listed, whilst they are symptoms of perimenopause, they sometimes can be symptoms of other things. That's why it's important for you to have a doctor double check that, for example, is not a thyroid problem or any other problem. And then based on a series of questions, you can say, okay, I am perimenopausal. But again, some women would go through it without even feeling anything and without sweating. And they are the fortunate ones, whilst others really, really struggle and suffer. Like I said, I had a friend who thought she was dying. She literally said she made sure her will and everything was in order, and she started giving away her clothes and all that.
Oh.
Yeah. So it can
be that bad?
Yes, it can be. It can be. So, for example, we speak about the joint pains, and somebody will say, "Oh, yeah, maybe my back is here, man." For some people, it's morning and they literally can't get up. It's not psychological, like physically, they can't get up. Some people get like their shoulders sort of locked in and they can't move their arm. The inflammation gets that bad for some people, whilst others are just,
moving around
freely. Yes. But the good thing is, whatever symptoms you have, there are lifestyle changes that you can make to actually improve on how you feel. And you don't need to wait until you feel the perimenopause symptoms to start it. The ideal situation is that in your late 30s, you start preparing yourself. Most women would get menopause in their 50s. In Ghana, it's usually late 50s. You even have women who are like 60 and still menstruating, And so perimenopause for us usually is in our 40s. Okay. And so right from your 30s, before you enter, make sure you're in a good place so that you have a better experience. It doesn't mean you won't feel symptoms, but even if you do feel symptoms, it means that
they're minimized.
Yeah, they are minimized. They would have been worse if you hadn't done that. Yeah. So maybe what are some of the things that we can do? If we take the physical bits, I touched on one earlier that we can build muscle. We need to build muscle, and we build muscle through exercises. Yes, we eat protein-rich foods, but we also do exercises. You don't need to go to the gym. There's some exercises you can do at home. Using your own body weight. But the truth is that you build muscle by making your body carry weight. So whether it's your own body's weight or whether it's excess weight, And so I joke that even though it's the time when most women have reached the stage where they have help all around them, it is actually the stage where, like, if you went out shopping, you should carry your stuff.
Yeah.
Like you've bought those packets of water, carry them up the stairs, carry them from the car.
It happens if you travel. When you travel, you don't have anyone following you, carrying stuff for you. So you don't have a choice.
See.
You have one here, one there. Sometimes you actually have one long sling here, then you're still carrying stuff.
And so that's what we need to do. It's usually the stage where in Ghana we have help.
Yeah.
There's a house help, there are children, there are nieces and nephews. Hey, can't pick this, can't pick that. It's the time for you to start doing it yourself. Okay. And then around food. So back to what we studied the last time, we need to eat whole foods. Do away with highly processed foods. Processed sugar, processed oils, processed flour, processed grains. At this stage, we need to do away with these things.
We don't need them.
No.
I've been able to gradually stay off sugar.
Wean yourself. That's amazing.
Yes. It was just a cautious effort. I said, okay.
That's amazing.
So now let me see what I can cut out to remain healthy. And in the beginning, it feels difficult. And you would have the craving. But as you do it with time, you get used to it.
You get used to it. Your tongue gets used to it. And then your stomach stops craving, your gut stops craving it because it no longer has the bacteria that is waiting for it. But you're right that it's a challenge, Stacey, because look everywhere around us. Like you just step out of your house, the fizzy drinks are everywhere. You get to the office, it's lunchtime, everybody's drinking something. You get to the party, the fizzy drinks are everywhere. So it takes like effort.
And discipline.
Yeah. It does. So, and the method you use is really good. Whilst you're taking out the processed foods, you incorporate the healthier options. And so you now focus on whole foods. And again, Ghana, we're fortunate. We have markets. They are everywhere. We have whole foods at the markets, easy to get. Though they are not always the cheaper kind of food, but generally if you cook at home, it's much cheaper than eating in many restaurants and eating junk food out there. So that's amazing. Another thing around food is when we eat, we need to try to live with what is called the circadian rhythm, which is the earth's rhythm, our own rhythm. The sun rises at 6, it sets at 6 for good reason.
Yeah.
So let's not eat after 6 p.m. It's what causes sometimes, challenges with sleep for some women. And some of them would realize that, if they stop eating much earlier versus their sleep time, they sleep better. So let's try to sleep in that manner. Another thing that supports women a lot is fasting. So you need to figure out what mode of fasting works for you. Of course, in consultation with your doctor. But some people will do intermittent fasting. Some people will do like full day fast, etc. But it's research clearly shows that it supports women a lot. Eat lots of vegetables, green leafy vegetables. Eat lots of fruits, nuts, seeds, because we need healthy fats at that stage. So your avocados and your nuts and your seeds, have them. It's really good for you. That's on the food bit. Now, another aspect that is quite important is around, how would I frame this? So this whole stress thing. The challenge is that, and I think we saw it the last time, our hormones are on a hierarchy. So our sex hormones are down. Insulin is on top. So when insulin is high, our sex hormones don't do well. You are perimenopausal, your sex hormones are already not doing well. So if you have insulin resistance and you're putting on weight and you have BP diabetes, your experience is likely to be worse. But here we are, when you're stressed out, on top of insulin, you have cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone that you get when you're stressed out. And so it is what makes you run faster than you can when a dog is chasing you, and what helps you jump a wall pretty fast. But it's able to achieve that because it stops your immune system from working, it stops your digestive system from working, and it pushes every energy available into saving you. And so when you have high cortisol, you would put on weight. You won't be digesting well. Your immune system will not be functioning well. You would have insulin resistance. You'll be storing more fat. And so we can't be stressed. Unfortunately for us, it seems that is the stage where most women get stressed out. And we have, how do I call that? It's the boss lady who's always on the run, you know. Like, it's a stage where for many women, something is really doing well for them, and we are always running, dealing with one thing, finishing, going to the next. When it's actually the stage where we're supposed to relax a little bit. So whilst 21st century requires us to maybe still run a bit, we need to come up with some lifestyle changes that allow us to calm down.
To be soft.
The self-care is really important here. So pick what works for you. But for people, it can be things like meditating in the morning or in the evening. For some, journaling. Some will take the time every evening to just pour out what they've had happening during the day, or focusing on something positive and writing it down, you know, asking yourself a positive question. What are 5 things that I really loved about today? And before going to bed, taking the time, relaxing and writing all that with some soothing music. At this stage, the way our bedroom is, you're fortunate you don't have that problem. But for women who struggle to sleep, our bedroom setup is quite important. It should be dark, because we need melanin. There's something in our brains that needs to signal us that it's time to sleep. It's late, you need to sleep.
I would sleep with the light bright on.
Okay. And that's melanin. Now, melanin doesn't work well when the light is on for most people. And so you often would sleep better if you have like a very dark room. If you have light outside your windows, maybe like have a curtain, or just wear these.
Do a little bit of shade in,
you know, and then make sure that your bed sheets are cotton in case you sweat, because some women will be sweating throughout the night. They're not sleeping, they are sweating, they are feeling hot flashes. And so if your bed sheets are cotton bed sheets, at least it helps you, it absorbs it nicely. And then are there teas that help you? Are there smells that help you to sleep? Some people would sleep well if they have lavender, if it's natural.
Bubble gum.
So whatever helps you sleep, do those things. We also have things that make the entire experience worse for us. And one of them is toxins. And these toxins, unfortunately for us today, they are present everywhere. They are present in the food. So our water, a lot of it comes in plastic bottles. It's convenient, but whether we like it or not, whilst we're drinking, we're getting plastics into our body. It's proven, scientists keep seeing plastics everywhere in our bodies whenever they're examining dead bodies. So the plastic bottles, our non-stick pans are amazing. They give us less work to do. But the Teflon coating is poisonous. And so it affects the way our body works, and it worsens our symptoms. So there are all of these things. If, for example, you're using plastic chopping boards instead of using wooden ones, whether you like it or not, some is getting into your food, and all that is getting into your body and affecting your experience. So really, whilst there are specific things that one can do to mitigate specific problems, but overall, from a lifestyle perspective, we can look at what we eat, when we eat it. We can look at exercising. We can look at looking for ways to reduce our stress. Do you do what works for you? Yeah. I know someone who buys, these kids' coloring books. She buys them and she has like beautiful sets of color crayons, and when she feels stressed, she just picks one and she starts coloring. Wow. And it really, really calms her down. So there are so many lifestyle things that we can do to support us during perimenopause. Let's learn them. Let's observe ourselves. Let's understand ourselves. And men, learn to understand us. Be open to supporting us. Let's do it together. Don't call us names and
I was actually coming to that, because every time women are going through that, it's the community judging their actions.
Yes.
Oh, even when the person is not menopausal or perimenopausal, we just say, oh, wait, the menopause, like menopause is something that is no good.
Yeah.
How can we push that education for people to understand it's just a phase, just as women get pregnant?
I like that
Menopause is normal. It's not here to stay. So if you can be accommodative of a woman who is pregnant for a period, you should be accommodative of a woman going through her perimenopause and her menopause, because it's also going to take some time. Just at this time, it will take longer, and you have to be much more accommodative than you would for 9 months.
Yes. I really love the comparison you made, because you know how when you're pregnant, you act weird. You have weird cravings. Your mood changes. I used to cry every day.
You're joking.
For no reason. Like, just say something you shouldn't have said and I'm crying. I don't know. And I remember after I had baby, I was like, why was I crying for this? Why was I crying? I used to cry every day.
Oh.
And it's the hormones. And exactly as you said, the community doesn't just tolerate it. It supports us through it. When women have weird cravings and they say, I want that wache, I don't want this one. I want the one that is 10 kilometers away at 10 p.m.
You would drive.
They would drive to go get them that wache because it's a pregnant woman who asked. Even if she's throwing tantrums or behaving a certain way, they're like, yeah, please. But it's because she's pregnant. Yeah. So I really like the comparison that you made. It's the hormones that kick in at that stage that make us behave that way. It's these same hormones that are making us behave differently at this stage. How do we do it? Stacey, you're contributing to that. Through your platform today, we're discussing this. I'm hoping that some men will go like, that's why my wife did that. That's why my sister behaved.
Because I'm sure most women are going through it, and the men around them do not even understand.
They don't understand. Even the woman herself doesn't understand. She may, quite often, when women become irritable, sometimes if you tell them it may be perimenopause, there are times when they may listen. There are other times when they will say, yeah, but honestly, what this gentleman did it make sense. You can't tell me it's perimenopause. Whilst it may be. And then there are other symptoms that many women do not know are linked to it, like all these joint pains I'm feeling. Yeah. All these joint pains I'm feeling. I don't know what I did. Maybe I lifted something up. It could be that. And maybe there are some or many men who, if they knew and understood, would provide that support needed. And so we need to start breaking the taboo and allow our platforms to discuss this very, very important topic. Women in their 40s and 50s are still very productive. They're working with us. In fact, in many companies, that's where women become managers. Yeah. And so if a company understands what menopause is, if you understand your boss and what she's going through, you know how to support her instead of judging her, you know. And I think that as women, it also helps us to not think that because our reproductive years are over,
our life is over.
Our life is over, and the community believes that we're no longer useful, you know. And again, like I said, at the end of the tunnel, we become much more powerful.
Yeah.
And so let's do this together. So again, thank you for the platform that you're giving it. And I pray that other people open their platforms up,
so
that
it
companies,
can be a conversation
yes,
that we can have,
that we can start
regular.
having. Let's start discussing menstruation, the menstrual cycle, and how we behave, because it's same. Each week you have a different woman in front of you. Let's discuss menopause so that we all know how to handle it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Eunice. As usual, you've been very helpful and insightful. So we're looking forward to seeing you again with the next topic that actually concerns women. I'm trying to be biased.
Yes.
But our general health is very important. So it's now time for you to pick your card.
Ooh.
Let's see what High Sense give me today.
Oh, it's a good one.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming. You take home a fan. Wow. Hey. What the fan is coffee? Hey. Fan where I'm going to do. Until be a chame back. So this is what.
Oh, thank you so much.
And it's so heavy. Oh God. Okay. Let me bring it this way.
Thank you so much, High Sense. Oh, some cultural say we need to be lifting heavy things.
Oh, okay. Please lift.
Please lift. Me muscle building. High Sense, thank you.
Thank you to Eunice, and we're looking forward to seeing you very soon. My viewers are in love with you, so now you don't have a choice. At least every month.
We need to do something.
Yeah, come, let's have a conversation so that women and men around the world will be informed on things that we take for granted. Well, it has been very insightful, and I say a very big thank you to our sponsors, High Sense, Yas Washing Powder, and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn, and Choco Flakes, and of course, Malta Guinness. A very big thank you to the Souza Catering Services, my glam team, ABS Lax Line today. I'm being costumed by Kofi Akotwa Ghana. Kofi, thank you very much. And the team, Hair Duties, Tenaj Beauty, GH Beauty Artistry. I say very big thank you to all of you. And of course, to Hair Duties and Stanners located on the Boundary Road, East Legon. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So let's go out there and shine our light to the world. See you next week.